This is me talking to Benedict Cumberbacth. I did it at my old house.
You did?
That's where it started.
That's where it began?
Yeah.
So did Obama come to the house?
Yes.
All of them have been in the house?
In the old house, yeah.
That's so cool.
Same chair.
That's cool. From one great ass to another.
Yes. Do you want to wear cans?
I do actually, yes. It feels more intimate. It feels like I know what
It's better, yeah.
Sounding like together.
And you can pull that mic up into your face.
Ooh,
that's great.
Technique. I love
you know it.
Yeah.
You know how to do it.
I do some voice work.
You do a lot of voice work.
I do, yeah.
You're like the main guy.
I missed the voice.
You're the main guy of all the things. How long have you been in LA for?
I've been here for last Monday.
Oh, so all for the promotion of both things?
And work, and we're doing.
You're working too?
Strange, yeah. I pick up that tomorrow, having talked about
Doctor Strange, the Marvel thing.
The dog, yeah.
And this is this the fourth movie where you're him?
I can't remember how many I've been in now. That's a bit forgetful. This is the second one of him on his own.
So this is your movie.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, that's part of the problem. There's a lot of stuff going on in it. It's like, well, I do have a character arc in this? Is it working? You know?
Yeah, right.
No, there's great stuff for me to do in it. It's very busy.
So
it's called The Multiverse of Madness, and it's bonkers.
Oh, okay. I'm not a guy that watches those.
No, fine.
I've read the comic books, and I believe that you can do it.
Oh, good.
I've read some Doctor Strange back in the day. I'm not a big comic book nerd, but I liked him.
Yeah.
He seemed like one of the ones that I could relate to.
Yeah, he's quite kind of... he's out there.
What's his angle? How did it happen?
And
why does he have whatever he has?
He had a car crash. He was
course.
A brain surgeon.
Brain surgeon.
He used his hands and went looking for physical healing and found something much more profound.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
So you're shooting that here, the studio thing?
We are this leg of it. We did the body of it last year during lockdown in England, which was fun. We just come back here for reshoots. It's what Marvel do.
Reshoots in that, so you do them in a soundstage kind of deal?
Yeah. They got the Manhattan Beach Studios. That's the kind of Marvel.
Oh yeah, and what's the studio?
It's Marvel. It's Disney, but it's at Disney. Manhattan Beach. Yeah.
Okay.
They've got the lot down there.
You're so fucking busy.
A little bit.
Those are classic kind of. They look old. Those glasses.
They're nice, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're new, but they're old. I am only wearing them because they're prescription. I don't have some.
Yeah, I have that
deal
too.
With the
but
light,
what brand?
I'm sorry if they're a bit dark.
I don't care.
I can give you my truth by doing that.
It's okay if it's necessary. If I require some truth,
lower your glasses.
Yes,
I'm not buying your bullshit.
I need truth eyes. Give me the truth eyes.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see you as a human. It's very hard for me to adjust. When I see you on camera, because no one looks like you, and that's not a bad thing.
Great.
But in real life, you look different. You look like that's just a guy in the street. But in movies, you're like, holy shit, that's that guy. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
I mean, I guess I'll take the compliment. I guess
it's a compliment.
Yeah, I mean, look, anything that changes it up and also makes me obscure on the street is a good thing.
Yeah, that's good. But that's like some of the questions and I don't really prepare questions. But wait, first of all. I was doing a little research, and have you? You never, not much. You never done comedy though, have you?
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yes, I have. I have done comedy,
like stand up for reals.
I'm joking about how little, how the shallowness of. Yeah, no, not stand up. No,
I know you've done comedy, but I mean, there's like a little section on the wiki page that says impressionist, and I'm like, was he an impressionist? Or when I say have you done comedy, I mean like stand up.
Like you're the rightful title of being a comedian or comedian. No.
And
coffee call. Yeah, it might be. Hold on.
So wait, you haven't had coffee lately?
Not much. No. I had COVID and I just kind of cut out anything.
How many? When did you have COVID?
I had it about a month ago.
Really?
That's 3 weeks ago is when my sort of isolation ended. Yeah.
Oh, so you got it late.
I mean, yeah, compared to everyone else that has it or had it. Yeah.
Did you? But you hadn't gotten vaccinated yet?
Oh yeah, double vaccines.
And you still got
a breakthrough case. Although I have to say about the breakthrough thing, I think vaccines do probably work for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then you should really look at a top.
You only got it once though?
We didn't. No, I had both, but I'd had my second dose 6 months before I went into a very crowded room.
You only had COVID once?
Yeah. I do know a couple of people who've had it like 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, and all of which not badly. And I'm like, you motherfuckers. Just like,
wow.
The other ones are living free lives and taking all the risks, and you're very lucky.
But I tested myself today.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah,
and yesterday and the day before. Yeah,
well, because you got to shoot. I don't have to shoot. I just have a box of tests.
But and also we're doing this in a closed room,
right.
and
Well, yeah, and I got to travel tomorrow. But I just got the booster. I'm boosted.
Oh, you're fine.
A week ago. Who the fuck knows?
I had to get my own by getting sick, which I don't recommend. It's much better.
How sick did you get?
5 days of pretty nasty
really
fever and headache. Yeah, I wasn't well.
But not
the taste and smell thing was so weird, and it's only just now come properly.
Really,
back. I would get the taste of something at the beginning of it, and then it would just go like a ghost. It was like, oh, what was that? And then then when it came back, it was the same thing. It was like, hang on, I think that's an apple. I know it is because I'm eating one, but it didn't last.
It's the worst.
It's really weird.
It's the worst.
I can't. Yeah. So she said to me one day, have you ever tried dream therapy? And I went, no, Jen, I haven't. Well, I'm doing it. It's really good. He said, try it. Do you want to try it? And I said, absolutely. Really? And I said, yes, of course I do. Yeah. You're offering me another tool to get there. Let's dig deep. Let's do
therapy.
It. Yeah. So I work with an amazing woman called Kim Gillingham, who's a Jungian dream analyst.
How'd that go? What'd you
never
learn?
Ever say that word first time,
Sorry.
right? And, no, I know it's fine. I always say analyst. I don't know what an analyst is. An analyst. And she's just an expert in that realm of seeing the subconscious. As
so would you wake up and you got to write it down real quick?
Exactly, yeah. You have a journal and you kind of just write out what you can remember.
Were you surprised by what she said?
Yeah.
How did it help
because I found what I was dreaming to be very mundane. And guess what?
Sure.
Every now and again I'd get Jane comparing her dreams, and it was like, I'm paraphrasing it, but like lilies exploding with blood in someone's face. And I was
shit.
Okay, cool, you're Jane Campion.
Yeah.
I'm meanwhile dreaming about leaving the oven on, or have I fucking left the house without the keys? Do you know what I mean?
Different
threshold
character.
anxiety is about as high as my imaginative state.
It's a different character. That's
different character.
Those are the ones that inform the Louis character and the other guy.
Exactly. But eventually stuff did come up, and even if it wasn't the mundane, it was kind of extraordinary. And yeah, what a great resource to be able to use working when you're asleep. I mean, you shouldn't use it all the time because you do, I think, sleep a lot lighter. A little bit like lucid dreaming. Have you ever tried that?
I've done things where, like, what I've noticed, and I don't necessarily write it down, but there were moments where, especially when I was in like deep sadness, where if I would drift off for a second, it was like I had this whole other life that I had a lot of things. It wasn't a dream thing, though. It was sort of like I had a schedule, I had to be places.
Right, okay.
No, it was literally like an alternate world
Wow.
where I was living different life.
Wow.
And it seemed very real in those moments. And I'd wake up and I'd be like, holy shit, I got to hope that guy's okay. He seemed to have a lot to do. Like there was
someone living a parallel existence in your dreams.
It was me.
That's amazing.
With a whole other set of things to do.
Yeah.
It was very, and it seemed very. It was like.
What if that is happening somewhere?
Well, that's the thing. It's almost like on your computer if you have an Apple where it says guest user.
Yeah.
Like, and you kind of sign into that one. And you're like, no, that's the other me.
You do that? That's amazing.
No, I don't do it, but that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole other hard
drive.
There's
a whole other iCal there.
Yeah.
With similar shit, but slightly different.
Slightly different, yeah. That guy's doing better than I am.
He's got a hoverboard, whatever that is.
Yeah. But at that moment where, you
didn't have any empathy for a man who's not able to live his life with any...
I had empathy.
You didn't have any...
I'm saying I had empathy.
Yeah. But it's the way it should end.
Yeah, no, I think it's obviously the way it should end. But when the moment that it goes down, I was like, my heart was with the kid. Right. Like as dark as that kid is.
Yeah.
And as seemingly emotional.
It's a shame. I think it should be more confusing than that. But yeah, people will do that.
It's obviously confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, how many people did that guy break? At what point is karma? I understand empathy, but at what point does karma become operative? And reaping what you sow on some level.
For sure. But the tragedy of it is, it's just at the point that he's transforming, that he's becoming.
Is he though?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's melting into something that's utterly different. He's no longer in the position where it's just a power trip to try and rip the umbilical cord away from the mother, by recruiting him. Yeah, he's not just a tool in destroying the mother.
He's falling in love with the kid.
Or destroying the kid himself.
He's falling in love with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, again, we're really in spoiler territory now. For fuck's sake, it's like the entire fifth act.
He's also the one that didn't have the relationship that you had with Bronco Henry.
True.
Yeah, so and he knows what happened. Right?
Oh, you think he does?
Of course he has to. So he's got to shut that shit down.
Of course he has to.
Sure.
Why?
Because everyone knows. If you don't think your brother fucking knows?
Do they though? I think he could see the obsession and wonder, but does he actually know that something?
Hey, look, if that kid could find the secret fort, you don't think the fucking brother could? Who you grew up with?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well,
it's a question for Jesse, but
but I don't know. I didn't read the book, so you know something I don't know.
I just think there's such a disconnect with this brother. He needs him because that is who he runs his life with.
The disconnect with Jesse.
He can't get it. He can't. It's not just. It's in this. It's very in that moment, but in the book and in their relationship throughout their life before this moment that we meet them, where they're drifting apart completely. He's tried to engage him. He's tried to make him someone who's invested in the world, who's curious, who's just wanting to be more than just existing, and he can't. You know.
Wow, I got to read this book. So,
it's great.
But I guess if we get deeper, we're gonna we have. But
no, I don't want to get into an arm wrestle about your perspective, because I think a lot of people share it, and it just the thing is, I get defensive of Phil in a sense, not because I played him, but because I think there should be ambiguity about what is. It's not black and white. It's not just a vengeance drama about somebody stopping.
No, I don't think it is, and I didn't. And that was not the feeling I got.
Okay,
it was just the
kid has to do what the kid has to do. I think that, and that's the propulsion of the tragedy in a way, because just when there is a possibility, I think, really a door opening of, oh, this guy's behavior is going to mellow. This is going to be a tutor-mentor relationship with something else potentially involved. We don't know.
Fine. Yeah, but
the mother is going to recover from her alcoholism. It's been discovered. George is on it. No, by the way, fine. Alcoholism doesn't just get cured overnight. But if the source of her terror is something that's being pacified by a new relationship with the son.
But it makes
I think there's a moment of hope for him to. Maybe I'm being naive about it, but how many people is he broken? Sure, but it still goes back to
but still the assumption is the moment of hope is like that means that somehow or another.
I don't believe. I guess what I'm saying in a very kind of liberal ways. I do not believe in vindictive justice. I believe in restorative justice. I believe the idea that people should be examined and understood, and not just locked up and thrown away. Otherwise, the problem keeps existing.
I believe that too, but I'm talking about the movie. We're making movies.
And I just saw this sort of drop of her and this opening of the door, this blast of heat and light, and my mum just becoming someone else and walking out into this world where there were people watching her. I was like, what is that? What is that? That's crazy.
That's the best part. It's the best part.
She was my mum, and I just suddenly saw this shift. I can't remember, young,
But there's that world that...
10. What I saw them doing.
Were they disappointed? Are they disappointed? Did their careers no bitterness and no
God no, which again is a huge thing to do with how egoless both of them are.
Well, that's rare.
Yeah, my dad is rare in particular, I think. But there was just a decisive point after a production of Amadeus that I did at university where I played Salieri, and Dad just got hold of my shoulders in the car park and said, "You're better at this than I ever was or ever will be, and I can't wait to see what you do, and we're so excited to see it and support you all the way." That's, just completely.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's an amazing.
Did you cry?
Between it. I guess I did. I mean, I feel like choking up every time
I feel like choking up
about it. It's a beautiful thing for to say to his son. What a gift of a blessing. Catastrophic environmental disaster. In the background, this flooding of London, this sort of event to do.
Oh my God. I guess that's where we're going in terms of reflecting the world we're living in.
A little
catastrophic, apocalyptic, and can the human spirit persevere?
Yeah, and I think we need more of that. Actually,
of course,
I do. And I think we need some sort of solutions and prompts to know
motivators,
how better to live our life. Absolutely, it needs to be more present.
Yeah, I don't know how you get someone from knowing something to being taking action.
Neither do I. And I think we're the biggest fault that we have as a species is short-termism. We can't see far enough to understand that our actions today have such a profound impact in generations to come.
Yeah, and also we're completely overwhelmed with information, tasks, the pace of the way we live now.
But truthfully, I think also we give ourselves more credit than we deserve for the individual changes that we are capable of making.
Yeah, I
difference.
Try not to give myself any credit.
It's a hiding to nothing in my position, that's for sure. Which was a blessing in disguise. It was amazing. It was amazing.
It's good family time.
I mean, yeah, not that anyone knew that at the time. We were kind of sanitizing groceries and not going outside our house for fear that it might just drift through the letterbox.
Right.
But once we kind of understood where we were, which we'd never been before, and what the predicament was, I always had my parents. They came over for like a 3-week visit, a week to acclimatize and meet Jane and see what we were doing on the South Island, and watch me kind of cattle steer like 100 head of cattle through a village or whatever. And then go on a 2-week road trip that we'd planned together. And by the end of that, it was like, I think it's too risky for you to travel. By then, it was a really circuitous route home. It's like 3 days almost on a
So they stayed too?
Yeah, for 5 months. So
wow.
It was crazy.
What is this story about you getting kidnapped?
Oh, wow. Okay, we're going there. Yeah, I got kidnapped.
Were you on a set?
I got carjacked. No, I was on a weekend off with 2 other
Where was
actors.
this?
This is in South Africa.
What were you doing there?
I was doing a TV 3-parter of a William Golding trilogy called To the Ends of the Earth. And I was playing the sort of landlubberdly gent, Edmund Talbot, and he's on this boat, and it becomes this sort of metaphor, as everything does, whether it's an island or whatever, for Golding's kind of,
right.
pressurizing environment to study the human condition and how it all falls apart and what societal strains and weaknesses there are in certain eras that expose the true nature of our animal being and all the rest of it. It's cold. It was getting to be a South African winter, and I kind of felt a little sick. And I go, guys, I think we should go back tonight rather than early tomorrow morning before we start filming Monday.
Yeah.
And the South African with us, he was like, it's kind of sketchy out there at night. I think we should just wait until the day. I went, oh, okay, it's just I don't feel great. He went, okay, well, we'll find a route.
Yeah.
And we went, and I feel really guilty about that. I wish we was gone in the morning, given what happened. And we drove the section that we thought would be a little sketchy, the kind of more unstructured road, the kind of dirt track to get to the N2, which is this big trunk road that runs all the way down the east coast of Africa. Yeah, we didn't get far down it when one of the tires blew. We got out to try and fix it because what we didn't know is you could run for quite a while on 3 tires. So anyone listening, keep driving, And we stopped, and then out of the bush, these guys came and threw us back into the car, drove us off road, plundered the car, and it was a pretty
armed
deal.
People?
It was about 2 hours long. There was intimation of a gun. Well, I didn't turn around to see it because by the time we were out of the car, I was then put in the boot of the car as surety at one point with my shoelaces as a bind for my hand and my wrists.
Oh, my God. So you're in the trunk?
And I kind of argued my way out. I said, look, I'm going to be a problem for you because I might die in here. It's the small space. It's not the fact I can't breathe. I have a problem with being a small, which is not true, really. Although I thought I've got to give them a reason why this isn't a good idea,
Yeah.
I can't plead for my life. It's very much the way that if that happens in a family, the child is taken as surety and the parents left. I mean, it's so, we learned a lot that night. And I was dragged out, having argued my way out of it, and we were all sort of tied together up the side of this embankment, 3 of us, yeah.
And how'd they find you? Who found you?
They eventually left us alone once we gave cards and drew out money. We'd used our cash to pay, so the whole deal might have been over far quicker if we'd had cash, and they'd just taken the stuff out of the car, and the car, obviously. They might have left us alone, but because of needing to take a card to a bank machine, it lasted for like 2.5 hours.
Oh, shit.
So we then walked down the road away from where it had happened, and...
you got unbound?
Yeah, and we kind of got to this roadside...
oh my God!
Of these 2 women, which were selling these fantastic goods that the Koti tribe, the local tribe, had been making.
Yeah,
these beautiful, like beaded bowls and wooden carvings outside Shishlui Game Reserve, one of those drive-through safaris. And we just waited with them and a security guard, and called the production company. And the cavalry came and picked us up in our shaken form. It was heavy. Yeah. But we were so lucky. I mean, literally the next day in the paper there was a guy got killed at a road stop, and all that was in his car was a 2-rand coin and a lighter, and the guy got blown away at the lights. Just the opportunism to just take whatever might have been in there. I think it's just
got lucky.
But and we were very lucky in a very big country.
How does that? What does that inform you? How does that?
Well, I went back there. I mean, I stayed out for a period of time afterwards. I also went traveling on my own in Namibia, and I think I kind of got this weird thing, which I'm still processing as well, a little of needing to live a life less ordinary at a kind of pace or I don't know, a level of looking over the ledge and being in control of my mortality that's not necessarily very productive. But in that moment, I became an adrenaline junkie. I hung out with ex-South African Special Forces and did, helicopter flights and jumped out of airplanes, did parachute jumps. And
interesting.
Yeah.
I used to Chris Hedges wrote a book called War is a Force That Gives Us Meaning. He was a war journalist. And, he talked about that addiction.
Yeah.
of that. How's that going for you? Have you tempered it a little?
A little, yeah. I have 3 little people at home that I want to stay safe for, you know.
You don't want to go too close to the edge of the cliff.
I have a wife and a family.
Just for fun?
Just think, exactly. I'm a little bit more but temperate, though. There is a skateboard in the back of the car. That's about as risk-taking I get these days. Or a surfboard.
You're getting a little old for that shit, too.
I know, man. I'm a sidewalk surfer. Oh, yeah, breakable, too. But, you know, I'm not going up any ramps or
all right.
jumping in the bowl.
Okay,
you know?
as long as you're not doing the pools.
No. Not these days.